Tonight. I don't know why you all are here. You all are here to get something, I think most of you, but no, thank you so much. But with each commission meeting, we start with a prayer and a pledge. And tonight, Commissioner Collins has that duty. And if you would like to join us, I'll ask you to stand, please. Commissioner Collins.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. It ain't normal that I get an opportunity to pray for 30 or 45 minutes in front of this many people. If you guys would bow your heads with me, I'd just like to tell the Lord, thank you. It's always a privilege to come before you, thanking you for all your many blessings that you store upon us in this great nation in which we have the privilege to live, not to mention this great state of Georgia as well as this great city of Rome. Thank you, dear God, for Rome, Georgia. Thank you for the people that take the time out to serve. Thank you, citizens, for allowing us this privilege. Now I'd like to thank all of our first responders that's here tonight for the great work and the great service in which they do. And then don't let me forget about the team that form these employees of the city of Rome and all the great things that you guys do for us as a whole, not only commission, but the city and its well-being. Dear God, don't forget about the sick and the shut-in. Don't forget about all our military members as well as the leaders of this great nation, wherever they might be. It is my wish that you continue to wrap your long arms of protection around us, keep us safe. God bless America. Thank you. I will pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Collins, for that. And if you would, Mr. Clerk, we call the roll.
Mayor Stevenson.
Here.
Commissioner Cochran.
Here.
Bojo.
Here.
Beeman.
Here.
Doss.
Here.
Quick.
Here.
Askew.
Here.
Collins.
Here.
McDaniel.
Here.
Okay, thank you. I think we all have had a chance to review the minutes of our last meeting, January 10th, and I will approve them by common consent. Tonight we have no proclamation. We have one guest, Mr. Duke Hale. Is he here? Mr. Hale, if you would go to the podium, state your name and address. And you have 10 minutes. 10? Okay. Up to 10
Excuse
minutes.
me. My name is Duke Hale, and I live at 41 Dover Drive. And I first want to thank you, Mayor and Mr. Collins, for still recognizing who is Commander-in-Chief. We come tonight because it's our concern to keep the Pleasant Valley Preserve development before you, specifically its effects on Chulio Road. My wife and I moved here 8 years ago in pursuit of our grandkids. What a lovely town and pastoral community we thought when buying a home in Hampton East, just blocks from our grandsons. Our daily necessities require us to make 5 or 6 round trips on Chulio, and for me that totals about $15,000 over the past 8 years, so or since arriving. So I can claim some expertise for the experience. It was just dark the other day when I made the 1 mile journey from my house to 411. I turned left onto Chulio from Hampton Boulevard. I've probably a little more or over 2 seconds to decide and to complete the turn into the right lane going north, avoiding oncoming traffic. You have about 120 to 130 foot of eyesight. The traffic for the rest of the trip, I have to deal with substandard road width, oncoming trucks, 12-foot drop-offs to the right, 3-foot drainage ditches to the left, hard curves, blind entrances, and my favorite, blinding headlights as you crest the large hill right before the intersection at 411. The danger Chulio presents is not a new discussion, as I'm going to quote our city manager in a recent communication for one of our fellow worriers. He said, "Our community has long discussed the needs and possible improvements of Chulio going back to 2003. He goes on to say in 2005, a SPLOST to upgrade Chulio was voted down. And in 2013, another SPLOST was not selected to be part of the referendum. So while we have long had the thoughts and desires for a Chulio Road project, no dedicated dollars are budgeted," end quote. The job of our government is to first protect its citizens. Chulio will be beyond dangerous if the traffic is doubled. And I reference doubled only in it is implied in the traffic study completed by A&R Engineering, which was requested and I assume paid for by a certain developer. The conclusion rendered in that study was that the increase would have minimal impact. How can that be? In conclusion, this new development is called Pleasant Valley Preserve. Ironic, isn't it, when just adjacent to that development lies Hampton Preserve. We can see what is being preserved at Hampton: the roads, trees, security, and property values. I ask, just what is being preserved at Pleasant Valley? We have known about Chulio Road's faults for over 20 years. How can tons and tons of construction equipment have minimal effect on the condition of the road, especially when combined with the effects of the second law of thermodynamics over those 20 years? And I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. Okay, at this time, we're going to change our agenda a little. I'm going to turn it over to the city manager.
So good evening. It's always a great night to see a full house. Everybody's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I know there was nothing at home you'd rather be doing. You thought, I can't wait to get down to that commission meeting. Am I right? Unanimous nods. That's right. Unanimous. So this is one of our best things that we do, and that is recognizing each and many of you out in the audience. And so I thought we might do it a little different tonight. I've got some really good help. We've got our Human Resources Director, Miss Christy Shepard, here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go through these by groupings. And so y'all know this drill. We're going to start with a group of 20-year employees. 20 years. Y'all remember what you were doing 20 years ago? Getting ready to go work for the city of Rome. That's what this group was doing. They were about to live their best life. And so what I'd like to do is, I know not everyone's going to be here tonight, possibly some folks out with COVID, but if we could, when I call your name out, I would like you to come up, and we're going to line everybody up in a group here. Christy's got some door prizes. Could be lottery tickets, could be service pins. Anything else in there you want to tell us about? Gift cards? It could have lint in it. I don't know what it could be really good. And so let's, I'm going to mention some names, and again, not everyone may be here, but if you're here, please come up and join us. So first up with building inspection, I don't think Mr. Joy Norton is with us. Facilities, Miss Debbie Hobbs, who I get to see every single day, a 20-year. Come on up. Finance, how about Tony Reinhardt? How about Mr. Nate Helms in Fire? We have a Greg Hunt in Fire, don't think is with us tonight. How about Lee Stone? Well, Lee's even in the back. Lee, who keeps our landfill operating. What about Mr. Pete Sailors with Rome PD? We also have a Gloria Strickland. I don't think Gloria is with us tonight. Patricia Studdard, also not with us tonight. Tony Yarborough's here. Saw Tony. And what about William Spivey? Ain't nobody in this town knows the name William, but I bet everybody knows Hawk. Am I right? Come on up. I'm going to scoot down. We're going to have to get the panoramic lens going.
He told me to take pictures, though.
Still going, still going. Not with us, Clay Gordon with Transit. We've got some water department legends here. Water Eugene Creamer. We've got Brian Middleton, Kyle Parker. And what about James Raber? Yeah, I see. Okay, here we go. Am I missing any 20 years? Anyone? Last chance. And so, Miss Shepard, would you mind presenting the winning lottery tickets, please? Congratulations, madam. Congratulations. Lee, I would like us to give this class a round of applause for 20 years. Very impressive. I appreciate what y'all get up and do day after day after day. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys will stick around because we got more to come. More years. Another 20, Lee, at least? Okay, perfect. All right, we're going to move on now. 25 years. I see Mr. Greg Abbott. He's ready to go. Come on up. Grant Collier's ready. He's got a 25-year. Stephen Hickman, 25-year. How about James Cricket Holder for 25 years? And they said he wouldn't make it past 5. Look at him. Robbie Ramey, 25 years. Rusty Blair, another guy with a good haircut, 25 years. What about Ernie Watson? Is Ernie with us? No Ernie, our official arborist. And what about Mr. Bill Schroeder? Another 25 year. 25 years of excellence right here. How about a round of applause for this group?
Somebody hired that's supposed to do some of this stuff.
Okay. We go from 25 to 30, and we don't have Miss Janice Gibson, but we all know Janice, and we love her in transit. So when y'all see her, congratulate her. We're going to move on to 35. 35 years. Y'all starting to think about, hey, I know somebody that's 35. 35 years right here. How about Mr. Jim Moser, Rome Police? And what about LaRon, otherwise Brownie Holsey? Come on up here. Everybody knows these guys. Come up, guys. 35 years. Has anything changed in 35 years? But you still have hair, Moser. How about a round of applause for these guys? You know, we get to 35, and that's exciting, and then anything over that's just wow. And now we're at 40 years, Madam Mayor, 40. How about Lamar Nelson with a 40-year pin representing our water department? Come on down. He's in a class by himself. How about a hand for this guy? Congratulations. Like it was yesterday. And then we get to those that are serious about working for the city. Not like the rest of us, it's just been here a couple of days, but 45 years. Anybody thinking, hey, I know somebody that's 45? 45 years. Wow. And so we actually have two tonight. I think Mr. Paul Weber might have come up lame today. I hope he's not COVID lame, but he might be under the weather. But we got a guy in the water department who wears a good-looking sweater vest, and that's Mr. Randy Vines. Come on up here, Randy. 45 years, folks.
I don't know who they are.
45. I know nothing has changed in 45 years. Am I right? The water meters are a lot smarter than they used to be. And the managers are a lot dumber, or is that just? I'm just talking about my department, so I understand. But let me just say, 45 years. You don't have to say much about anything else, but somebody that's been in an organization that long is astounding. So thank you for what you do. Okay, now that we've gone through all of these, we've got folks that have said, you know what, I want to make life better. I want to be a better employee. I want to be smarter. I want to do a great job. And so they've gone back to school. And so same thing, I'd like to ask you to come up and join us tonight. And some folks are not present. Javier Daniels, I don't believe, is with us, a Bachelor of Biblical Studies. Jamie Stone, Bachelor of Science in Fire Administration. Come on down. Philip Little, Associates of Science in Paramedicine. I know Brittany Griffin is not with us. She's sick, but Brittany's working on some certifications. Matt Cowan, I don't believe, is with us, Associates of Criminal Justice. How about Justin Messer in our Public Works Department? Is Justin with us, Chris? No, he's also sick. And we've got Mr. Tim Garrett, a Bachelor of Business Administration. Man, look at this guy. And Lisa Winston in Transit, Associate of Business. And then Teresa Harrell in our Water Department, a Bachelor of Business Administration. So I don't know if anybody has ever gone to school while working, much less with having kids and working, but y'all deserve a serious round of applause for going and making it through the end. Congratulations. Guys, I say it every year, and it's like this is absolutely one of the best things we do, but I could not be more proud of our city employees. Y'all make it easy to be a city manager where folks are willing to go to work every day, do an exceptional job, and you do it day after day, year after year. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you guys for being here. And I know y'all all want to stay to the very end because you saw the agenda. But if not, the mayor might give y'all a couple of minutes to slide out while we move on. But thank y'all for being here.
Yeah, I want to say thank you as well from the commission, because when people speak of Rome and how great a city it is, and believe it, when we go on trips, they do, it's not because of what we do, it's because of what you do day to day. And I want to say thank you for what you do. And okay, you're dismissed. Have a good night. Hey, Mike. How y'all doing? Y'all doing good?
Yeah. out of the ceremony right
My pleasure.
6 months. We hadn't moved.
First reading, is that where we are? Okay, we'll continue with our agenda and our first reading, and I'll call on our city clerk, Mr. Joe Smith.
Yes, ma'am. We do have one item for first reading, and it is an ordinance amendment, our alcohol ordinance amendment. And the ordinance amendment before you all, if adopted, would change the hours of wine pouring and consumption. Currently, those hours are 10 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and the proposal is to change those hours to 6 a.m. to coincide with the hours for beer pouring. And this was reviewed by the Alcohol Control Commission and sent to you with a favorable recommendation.
Okay, so that will be placed on our first reading. We'll now move on to our second reading. Street closing, is that Mayor Pro Tem Cochran?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. In Public Works, I believe in our November meeting, we decided that Jennings Street, we had a request to look at closing that street, and the committee at Public Works voted on it, and we decided to go ahead with that street closure and approve it. And so this comes as a motion from the Public Works Committee to vote on closing Jennings Street, and it comes as a 3-0 vote. It was unanimous in Public Works. So.
Okay, thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a second. Any discussion? If not, Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Yes, ma'am. Commissioner Cochran,
Yes.
Bojo,
Yes.
Beeman,
Yes.
Doss,
Yes.
Quick,
Yes.
Askew,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
McDaniel.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay. We have nothing continued on first reading, and now we'll go to our public hearing. And first I'll call on this Commissioner Quick. Commissioner Quick.
Our first item on the public hearing tonight is item Z22-01-03. It is the request to rezone from community commercial and light industrial to multifamily residential for the property located at 410 to 414 East First Avenue, Floyd County, tax parcel J14F062, J14F063, J14F064, J14F065, J14F066, J14F067, J14F068, and J14F071. This comes with a unanimous recommendation from the Planning Commission. And Artegas, if you would please explain for us.
Yes, sir. Just wait for it to come up. All right. Well, good evening, everyone. This is a request coming from the to the Rome City Commission from the Planning Commission with a unanimous recommendation of approval. This property is located along First Avenue. If you're familiar with basically near CrossFit Rome, near the Salvation Army on the back end of their building, and the back end coming from Central Plaza, there's an open field that currently has tractor trailers sitting on it. The property is currently zoned a mixture of the community commercial and light industrial, and the request is to rezone to multifamily residential. The request is to have townhomes as the development. Approximate number would be 41. Joe, can you, I'm not sure, Joe, I'm sorry. Joe, can you scroll the thing?
You'll have to do it from your.
Oh, okay. See if I can get it.
If you're having problems, I can go to mine.
Yes, sir, if you don't mind. We were having some connection
Okay.
issues earlier. I apologize. All right, thank you. That's good right there, Joe. So the parcels are outlined in red, and there are several, as Commissioner Quick mentioned, bounded by First Avenue and the kind of alleyway that leads out to the trail network, and bounded by the railroad as well. Thank you. And this is another look at the zoning map. And there's a mix of zonings in the area. And I will mention that since the property is in between the rivers historic district, that the renderings and so on would have to be approved by historic preservation. And here we are looking, so we're looking north, if you will. CrossFit Rome will be the building that's on the left, and then the rear of the Salvation Army will be on the right. And then on the next slides, you'll see across the street, we're looking at basically the backs of some of the medical buildings and the shrimp boat. And then looking southward, again, some of the rears of some of the medical buildings, and then further up would be Central Plaza. And again, I believe that's the last one on that one. And Madam Mayor, this again comes to the City Commission with a staff recommendation and a unanimous recommendation of approval from the Planning Commission.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I will declare the public hearing open. Do we have anyone here to speak in favor of this? Okay. Do we have anyone here to speak in opposition of? Okay, if not, sir, if you'll have 10 minutes to speak, and if you will go to the podium, give us your name and address.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is David Buckle, Buckle Design Group, 3471 Donneville Street. We are the civil engineers on the project. So I think as Ortega said, the site is located at the southeast corner. You want to scroll up to the site plan if you want. You can. There you go. Thank you. So yeah, the site is located southeast corner of East 1st and 4th Street. It's about 3.09 acres in size. We are going to have 24 front-loaded townhomes. Those will be on the interior of the site. We got 13, and those are two-story with one-car garages. We got 13 rear-loaded townhomes that will front along East 1st Street, and those have two-car garages, and they are 3 stories. And then we got 4 townhomes that front along 4th Street at the, I think there might be only 3 now, but 3, and they're 2-story with 2-car garages. So we meet the site density. We'll have sidewalks along East 1st and 4th and internal to the site. We also got some, about 32 guest parking or overflow parking spaces for the community. And just looking to see, we had 2 letters of support for the project, and I've gotten no calls regarding anybody against it. So that's really it. I didn't want to belabor it, just wanted to bring that. I'll answer any questions.
Okay,
So.
thank you. Just remain there. Okay, now we have no one to speak in opposition of. I will close the public hearing, and I'll ask the commission. Do I have any questions from the commission? Okay, Commissioner Dodd.
Looking at your plans, first, welcome to our meeting tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Looking at your plans, it looks like all your driveways are coming onto 4th Street. Do any come onto First Avenue?
Yeah, no, so there's no driveways on the 4th. Those are, it's behind it, so just,
Okay.
yeah, no driveways to any of the roads. Everything's internal to the
Okay.
site.
So when you're leaving your home, where do you enter?
So the back of it, if you, you can see the back where those head-in parking are, that's a little driveway, so you pull in the garage underneath the back side.
Okay,
And then, so you would leave on the 4th Street is the only, you got 2 drive cuts on 4th, and that's the only exit out of this development, those
Okay.
2 drive cuts.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other questions from the commission? Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve this development.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second.
Yes, ma'am. Commissioner Cochran,
Yes.
Bojo,
Yes.
Beeman,
Yes.
Doss,
Yes,
Quick,
Yes.
Askew,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
McDaniel.
Yes.
Thank you.
I have one more question. I know we've already voted, but as I understand it, this area is in our historic district. So will you be working with our historic?
Yes, so as Art said, we will go before with the elevations before the HBC for approval on that, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Moving on, item B.
Item B is C22-01-06. It is a request to rezone from multifamily residential and community commercial to multifamily residential for the property located on Woodrow Wilson Way, Floyd County Tax Parcel 1 or I13W002. This also comes with a unanimous approval from the Planning Commission, and we've had this property before us. Artegas, if you could explain that to us as well.
Yes, sir, Commissioner Quick. We have, the commission has seen this proposal previously at about the past year to a year and a half or so. It's my understanding that at that time the developers were looking at utilizing what I understand to be a low-income housing tax credit, and there are a certain number of those that are granted per community, is my understanding. They were not granted that at the time, and thus pulled the application. At that time, the staff had a recommendation of approval for the project, and the Planning Commission had a recommendation of approval as well, and that actually remains true this go-round. One difference or two differences that for this development this go-round, I think previously the unit count was 80. This unit count, I believe, is around 210. The the project at that time, I think may have, again, with a bit of low LIHTC or low income tax credit financing, I think this might be more market rate, but I think those are the main differences. The property is about 14 acres. I think Barry currently owns the property, but this is 14 acres that's located off Woodrow Wilson Way, which is a cul-de-sac street. If you're familiar with, of course, Redmond Hospital and then some of their clinic buildings that are across the way from Redmond Circle, and then there's the newer building which is between Woodrow Wilson Way and the bypass. Woodrow Wilson Way is the cul-de-sac street that bisects those buildings, and this location is toward the end of that cul-de-sac, just to give a point of reference. There are some other multifamily developments in that same cul-de-sac. The future land use calls for high-density residential, I believe, in that, and so that's a quick background. And with that, and I'll show some. Thank you, Joe. So we have the property outlined in red. You can see to the north is the bypass, and then kind of to the southwest is the hospital campus for Redmond. And you see some of the parking lots and then the other buildings associated with the campus there. And again, the zoning map, so we have a mix of community, commercial, and multifamily. So the request is to bring the entire property into multifamily residential. So part of it's already zoned as necessary, but the request is to bring the balance into multifamily residential. And here are some pictures looking into the property. Right now, pretty wooded. And then another picture there. I just kind of stepped back a little bit from that one. And then this photo is looking toward the cul-de-sac, and you can see some of the multifamily development at the end of the cul-de-sac. And then this is looking back toward Redmond. The road kind of curves a little bit, and then the campus buildings are beyond that. Yes, sir. Thank you. We have the application there. And I guess that's all we have. And that's all we have for y'all right now on this one. If y'all have any questions, just feel free to let me. Yes, sir.
I do have a question. You said that the Berry Schools, I'm looking here, own the property, 14.4 acres?
Yes, sir.
Are they selling it to the developer, or is this developer developing it for Berry College?
That I'm not exactly sure. I think Mr. Byers and Mr. Mandel could address that for you, Commissioner. I think it's being sold by Berry, but I'm not certain of that.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Mm. But Mr. Byers and Mr. Mandel are here, and I'm sure they'll be able to address that.
Artegas, if I might ask a question,
Don't worry.
So-
I got to get used to where everybody is again.
The apartments are going to be owned by a private group.
That's my understanding, yes, sir. Uh-huh.
And what rent range, do we know the rent range?
I don't. Mr. Mandel may be able to speak to that. I don't want to say anything on a turn that may be wrong, but I believe Mr. Mandel may be able to speak to that.
Thank
Yes, sir.
Going back to Commissioner Bojo's question, if I may, Madam Mayor, could I ask Mr. Byers,
That would be part, we'll have the public
okay.
hearing first, and then we'll have a chance to do that, okay? Are you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, at this time, I'll entertain a motion. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, we'll open the public hearing, I am sorry, yeah. Do we have anyone to speak in favor of? Okay. Do we have anyone to speak in opposition of? Okay, if you will just go to the podium, you have, state your name and your address, and you have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Jimmy Byers, 19 Rock Ridge Road, Rome, Georgia, and I represent Berry College in this property. Just to be clear, if you look at the drawing, this is the 14 acres that's on the north side of Woodrow Wilson Way. For some reason, the drawing picked up all of Berry's property there. The only thing that we're requesting is that 14 acres, not the 5 acres on the south side. This is the third time we've come before y'all. The other 2 times was for a tax credit housing. This is for conventional housing, apartment complex. And I'm going to let Josh speak to the specifics, but Berry College is very much in favor of this. It fits the needs of the community as well as the area it's there. So Berry College is in favor, and I'll let Josh speak.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Art. Good evening, everyone. My name is Josh Mandel. I'm with Gateway Development. Mayor Stevenson, Council, appreciate you all giving us an opportunity to speak tonight and present briefly, and I'll be brief and then turn it over to you all for any questions. Again, our company is Gateway Development. We've been around for about 40 years, and we do a lot in the state of Georgia. We've developed probably 40-plus projects in Georgia. That includes Highland Estates, which is a neighbor to this site. This would be a 200-unit Class A multifamily development. Have a full amenity package. We have been here for a while, and we have tried this site, and occasionally you find a site that works really well as an affordable development and works really well as a market rate Class A development. We're excited. We like Rome a lot. We want to grow in Rome. We just got back our market study, which proved out our thinking very well. As I think most folks that we've talked with here agree, there's a huge housing demand. We just want to try to strike that opportunity. Like I said, full amenity package, very attractively landscaped. We have a good design team that works with us. We're working with Chuck Harden at Southeastern Engineers here, Southern Engineers, as well as Roseman Associates, our architect who's done work here as well. We own and we manage in Georgia, and we're glad for this opportunity. So with that, I'll turn it over.
Okay, thank you. So we had no one here to speak in opposition of. Are you okay, ma'am? If you will, go to the podium. Give us your name and your address, please, and you have up to 10 minutes.
My name is Angela Rubino. I live on 1410 Kingston Highway. I know there's a lot of development happening in Rome. I guess maybe it's a good thing. I know what brought me to Rome was how quaint and cute in this town is. But all this development, townhouses and housing authority, not quite a big fan of it. It's taken away that charm of the town, so I'm not for it. Thank you.
Thank you. Any rebuttal? If you so choose, you don't have to. I just asking if you want to.
Well, the only thing I'd say is that we think this is a great community, or we wouldn't choose to invest here, and with making that investment, we want to do something that preserves it. So that's all I'd say.
Okay. Well, thank you. With that, I will close the public hearing. And now, okay, do I have any questions for the commission for either
I have a couple of questions. Let me ask Sammy first. As we understand this is going to be a conventional real estate development. It's going to be privately owned property, and it's going to go on the tax rolls. It's going to be sold to a private group, and it goes on the tax rolls.
Well, that's what I am assuming also. So I would
That's
look
what-
for
what my
yeah,
question
I would look for validation, and unless there's some senior community, and I didn't hear that if that was part of the presentation.
Sure. So this will be Class A. We are going to be the owners. We're going to be we own it. We manage it. We stay with it. This will not be elderly. This will cater more to working families. Your average unit size here will be about 2 bedrooms. So you'll have about 25% 1-bedroom units, about 60% 2-bedroom units, about 15% 3-bed.
Yeah, my question is, it goes on the tax rolls. We found out with Spires that we.
Yes. Yes.
And my second question is, who's
Sorry.
going to manage the property?
Our company, our sister company. So I'm here on behalf of both companies. So we're Gateway Development, as I mentioned, and then our sister company is Gateway Management. And so we stay with it and we manage it.
You'll be securing tenants and collecting rent, doing all the maintenance and upkeep.
Correct. All the background checks, all the maintenance, CapEx.
They already manage the one at the end of the drive there.
Correct.
On the left-hand side of Woodrow Wilson.
Question, Madam Mayor.
Yes.
When do you expect for these units to go online?
So I would say that, if where we stand today, if all of our financing processes stay on track, we're probably breaking ground late second quarter, early third quarter this year, and that usually I would say means that our first units are delivered and ready for occupancy within called about a year of that, and we can beat that a little bit sometimes. We might be a little delayed, but I'd say a year, and then we're probably delivering. Again, if you go off a normal schedule, we're probably delivering 25 units a month roughly over the next 6 to 8 months.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So you mentioned the bedroom sizes, but you didn't mention the rental rates.
Sure. Sure. Happy to answer that. Roughly, this will take a little. It's a little bit fluid, but this is what our development's based on, so I feel pretty confident about it. But roughly, 1-bedroom rents will be about $1,000, $1,050 a month. 2-bedroom rents will be about $1,400 a month, and 3-bedroom rents will be around $1,600 a month.
Any other questions for me?
I just want to commend Jimmy for staying with this. I know that this has been a struggle, but I'm glad to see it. It's in West Rome. It's really going to help the healthcare community.
Madam Mayor, I am going to have to recuse myself from this. I wasn't aware that Barry owned it. No, I have several open contracts with Barry, so I need to recuse myself.
Okay. Anything else from the commission? Okay, if not, Mr. Clark? I'm sorry, we got Peter next. I'm sorry, we need a motion.
I make a motion, we approve this development.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Commissioner Cochran,
He-
he'll be abstaining. Bojo,
Yes.
Beeman,
Yes.
Doss,
Yes.
Quick,
Yes.
Askew,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
McDaniel.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. It's been approved.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for investing in Rome. Okay, we'll move on to, item 6.
Item C is approving a ULDC text amendment that would allow townhomes and tri-duplexes along major streets with restrictions. And this comes from the Planning Commission recommending approval 7-0. And Ortegas, if you would, please.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Quick. Commissioners, we do have a request. This is to amend the Unified Land Development Code. Basically, what this would do would be to take the restriction off that's currently in the ULDC that prohibits townhomes, duplexes, triplexes along major streets. We have had citizens, developers looking to do some projects, and because of that item in the ULDC that has been a restriction, So I do have a little information here. I'll say when we look about major roads, and I think we have a map in there too that I will refer to. Only refers to principal arterials, state highways such as Turner McCall, Shorter Avenue, Broad Street, and Martha Berry. But there are multiple classifications of roads that are considered major roads, and those include major collectors, minor arterials, minor collectors. And the following roads are some examples of these. Thank you, Joe, for putting that up. Let's see. We have. I'm going to lose my place again. Fifth Avenue, West 3rd Street, John Davenport Drive, Division Street, Redmond Road, Riverside Parkway, and Calhoun Avenue. And oftentimes, multifamily developments need to be closer in where density is warranted, near transit, near medical, near other services for the community. When we don't allow that, then we have the other roads that are classified as more local roads where multifamily developments could go. Oftentimes, there could be pushback from citizens who live in less dense areas, and that's part of the reason that we're bringing that forth to the Commission for consideration this evening. This does have a recommendation from the staff and a recommendation of approval from the Planning Commission. Joe, if you wouldn't mind going back to that map, and I'll just for reference, just to show some of the roads that are outlined throughout the city of Rome that are classified as major roads. And I understand there were some questions and some concerns during caucus, so I'll be glad to try to address some of those. One of the questions that came up was if there are any pending projects that are dependent upon this, and coincidentally, Mr. Buckle has another project that would benefit, if you will, if this is approved by the Commission. However, understanding that there are some questions by the Commission, the staff is more than happy to take a step back if it's the Commission's desire to do so, to get some more information, get some more questions addressed and so on. But we did want to be able to just do a brief overview with that. And Madam Mayor, that's all I'll offer right now. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
This time I will declare the public hearing is open. At this time, do we have anyone here to speak in favor of? Do we have anyone here to speak in opposition of? Okay, if not, I would declare that the public hearing has been closed. The Commission, do you have any questions for?
Yes, Madam Mayor, if I may, as I voiced my opinion in caucus, and I voiced it again, before we go changing the face of Rome, I would just ask for the opportunity for this Commission to table this matter so that we will be better informed as to what a serious move like this would look like going forward. And I was saying before, Mr. Quick, it'd be a great item for us for discussion at our retreat. I'm pretty sure it's going to come in the first quarter of this year.
Yes, sir.
If I could just make a comment. Out Redmond Road and on Martha Berry, the Glenwood Apartments that Wayne Robinson is redoing now.
Yes, sir.
The apartments on Redmond across from Northwest Georgia Regional Hospital and out where Technology Parkway cuts off. The current, those were built before the ULDC, I think.
I would hazard to think so, yes,
yeah,
sir.
I mean, I promise you. So my question is, under the current regulation that we've got, we probably could not have built those units.
Most likely not,
Yeah.
if you go strictly from the letter, yes, sir.
Yeah. And there's, as I read this, it seems like they're talking more townhomes, triplexes, duplexes. The townhomes, in a lot of instances, have the opportunity to be privately owned rather than being rental units.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people are moving toward that. A lot of the young people are doing that. We've got a couple of successful developments downtown across, well, adjacent to the Rome News Tribune.
Yes, sir.
We just finished out one. I say we, somebody did. About to start another one. So I think the way I read this, it basically goes back and allows us to do what we did when Rome was growing. You know, it's basically not a major move. It's just something that's going to give developers an opportunity to develop along the transportation routes and where you've got public transit and things of that nature.
It is, and it does hopefully promote infill development, because we do have parcels that are closer in that could benefit by such a change. Understanding also that by having a change that could allow more development than maybe Rome has generally had in the past several years or so, because of the ULDC being in effect for 21 years, I guess now. And so that is something that we are happy to address with the commission with any questions or examples, that of what could be on a few properties or something along those lines. Yes, sir.
And the only reason that I asked for the time involved, we just went through a great number of months considering and talking about housing, which this was never a part of, through the conversations as to for the citizens to get an opportunity to see what that might look like, et cetera. And as you can see, we are having a housing boom. And I just thought it'd be a great opportunity for us to at least look at what our major thoroughways could possibly look like, with more information brought by the manager as well as yourself. And at the retreat, we could get a chance to hash it out. I'm not asking that we slow down on what the progress we made. As I've expressed in the caucus, that I know pro tem, it's been said over the time that we've been progressing as a snail's pace. Not trying to get back to that in any manner, but I would like to know exactly what we're getting into. And for these major changes to come up at a meeting where we have had no input on is something to undertake. And I hope in the future that we will have a chance to digest such as this before we come to the floor. I didn't know anything about it, Mr. Manager.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm just making note that I really didn't, and probably if I had
And we'll apologize, and I'll apologize on behalf of my department for that, Commissioner. What we always try to do is to look at things that we, that come to us, from citizens, from developers, the folks that, call and email and come through the doors, and look at some things that, we have in the ordinance and some suggestions and so on and everything. But what we will what we will definitely do is to try to make sure that we are keeping Meredith and Sammy apprised of everything, so they can then pass that along to the commission for any questions before we get too far down the road. Because we definitely don't want to have any surprises, to the commission or anything along those lines. We want to make sure that everyone is aware of and so on. So we'll endeavor to make sure to be more cognizant of that moving forward.
Madam Mayor, may I?
Yes.
Thank you. Just one quick note. It's the very last vote that the commission took was for those apartments, and they could have very easily been townhomes, or were they? They were, yeah. Anyway, according to the map that is attached with this, John Maddox, which Woodrow Wilson Way comes off of, the apartment complex could not have attached to that if it had been townhomes. Yet it can attach to Woodrow Wilson, and the distance between the two in terms of property is barely significant. So it's one of those things where, is John Maddox really a major street? If the DOT tells us so, then maybe, but everybody who is from that apartment complex and emptying out onto Woodrow Wilson Street is going to empty out onto John Maddox one way or the other. But with that being said, I have to agree with Commissioner Collins that I believe tabling this until the retreat is probably a wise decision, where we can hash it out in more detail, possibly this and some other things, if we have any more ULDC issues that we can hash out at that time. Just kind of put them all on the table and talk through them and maybe take a collective view of possibly another omnibus or something like that to ULDC. So.
Is that a second to his motion?
Sure. Oh, wait, hold on.
There's no further discussion around there,
Okay.
and you would take a vote because it's been a
Motion and
It's a second to the table.
I would make that as a motion.
he did.
did make
You
a
did.
Okay, all right.
clarified, I heard a second.
Okay.
Therefore, I'm declaring no further discussion until you vote on the table.
Okay. Mr. Clark?
Commissioner Cochran,
Yes.
Bojo,
Yes.
Beeman,
And this is a motion to table.
Table, to table.
Yes.
Doss,
Yes.
Quick,
No.
Askew,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes?
McDaniel.
No.
Okay, we have 6 yes votes to table, so this has been tabled. Okay, thank you. We'll now move on to, thank you, okay, it's okay for that.
Item D.
Okay.
Item D will be to readopt the Unified Land Development Code and zoning maps. And there is a requirement that this be done annually, is that?
That's
my
correct, yes, sir.
understanding? And it comes with a recommended approval 7-0 from the Planning Commission.
Good evening again, Commissioners. Again, yes, this is our annual readoption of the Unified Land Development Code and the accompanying zoning map. We will have this before the Floyd County Commission at their meeting tomorrow night as well. I do have some numbers to briefly go over with the Commission, and these are combined numbers for 2021. Excuse me, 2021. We had 71 Planning Commission cases. We had 17 special use permits, 7 annexations, 46 rezonings. For the Board of Adjustments, we had 43 requests, and for the Historic Preservation Commission, we had 14 requests. We also had a couple text amendments last year. We had our omnibus amendment for that applied to the city, and also a brewery update which applied to the city as well. I do have those numbers broken down a little bit. I do not have them broken down by city and county, so I do apologize for that, but we do have it broken down by the numbers that were denied, approved, or withdrawn if the commission would be interested, but I'll be glad to go back over to those. But that is a brief overview of that, and the staff just respectfully requests that the commission would have a favorable view of the request to have the, again, the annual readoption of the Unified Land Development Code and the accompanying zoning map. And we'll have this before the Floyd County Commission tomorrow night.
Quick question, Madam Mayor. Did you say how many amendments to our ordinance or codes that we had?
Amendments, yes, sir, two. We had our omnibus amendment, which was, we did that in June. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, you said how many?
We had the omnibus amendment, and then we had a brewery amendment for the city as well. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, thank you. This time I will declare that, you have a question for us?
I just want to ask one more question about item C, and it's just information, it's not about the vote. That decision, is a developer able to take that before the Board of Adjustments?
No, sir. Currently, in the Unified Land Development Code, there are about 6 or 7 specifically listed items to which an item can be taken to the Board of Adjustments, and currently that's not one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so, I mean, the burden is on us to be consistent.
That and or to have something that could possibly be an actionable thing, yes, sir, or option.
Okay, are we clear on, before, item C, before we move on? Okay, everybody's clear on item C?
Just to follow.
We can move. Okay. Thank you, okay. I'll declare that the public hearing, is open for the, to readopt the Unified Land Development Code. Do we have anyone here to speak in favor of? Do we have anyone here to speak in opposition of? Okay, if not, I'll declare the public hearing is closed. Commissioners, do you have any discussion? Okay, no discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
Madam Mayor, I make a motion to approve.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Ready for the vote?
Commissioner Cochran,
Yes.
Bojo,
Yes.
Beeman,
Yes.
Doss,
Yes.
Quick,
Yes.
Askew,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
McDaniel.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay, thank you. Take this. And now to, item F. Pro
I-
Tem-
Item F is the resolution to exempt the city manager's vehicle from the state of Georgia decal requirement.
Second.
Wait, no, we have.
Do we have to public hearing
No,
that?
hold on just a minute. We have a public hearing on that, just a minute, okay, just a minute. Okay, you wanna just go into a little bit to explain what this is, so, before we go in?
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah, he's ready to go, I think so. Okay, what this, resolution is that when city, owned vehicles, they have to have a most decal on the side, or some sort on the side of them. And what this is exempted, that the city manager's, vehicle does not have to have a decal on the side of it. So what we're doing now, I will declare the public hearing open, to, exempt the city manager's vehicle from the state of Georgia, decal requirement. Do I have anyone here to speak in favor of? Do I have anyone here to speak in opposition of? Okay, if not, I'll declare the public hearing closed. And at this time, do we have any discussions from the commission?
Can we just make him put a great big one on the side on the hood, maybe?
Okay, okay. Do I have anyone on my left that have any discussion? Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. Okay, I have a motion and a second. Ready for the vote?
Commissioner Cochran,
Yes.
Bojo,
Yes.
Beeman,
Yes.
Doss,
Yes.
Quick,
Yes.
Askew,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
McDaniel.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. It's been approved. All right. Mr. Clark, do you have
No report.
Okay. Mr. Manager?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Before you all tonight, we have an agreement that has been sent over to us from the Floyd County Board of Commissioners, and this involves an inmate crew. And so down at the Walker Mountain landfill, we have an additional crew. So what happens is we contract with Floyd County, and they provide to us a corrections officer and then up to a maximum of 8 inmates. And so this is, in essence, a detail that does various and sundry things, but their primary responsibility is that of picking up litter and keeping our landfill looking presentable and working along the streets and entrances leading into and out of the landfill. And so this contract before us was discussed months back in our solid waste committee, and so the county just took action, and we've just received this now. And the compensation required is $62,153.30 per year, and we submit this for approval, Madam Mayor. We will need a motion and a second to do so.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. You ready for the vote?
Commissioner Cochran,
Yes.
Bojo,
Yes.
Beeman,
Yes.
Doss,
Yes.
Quick,
Yes.
Askew,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
McDaniel.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That concludes my report tonight.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Attorney? Thank you. Under my time, I have 2 things. I have several things. First, announcements. The Joint Service Committee will meet Tuesday, February the 1st at 8:30 a.m. at the Floyd County Administration Building. So myself and the Mayor Pro Tem will be attending that meeting. And then there will be a groundbreaking of the South Meadows apartment homes on Friday, January 28th at 11:30 a.m. at 12 Pollock Street. And we have Mr. Jake Hager. Jake, would you briefly come to the podium and tell us a little bit about this groundbreaking, please?
Have
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Yes, we have a groundbreaking at 12 Pollock Street on Friday, this Friday, the 28th. Please come out if you're able. We'll have a hot dog lunch to follow to celebrate the history of this property, as I had spoken before, and we're really looking forward to this development taking place. It was awarded the LIHTC tax credits back in 2020. We had to do some finagling with some financing, but we're glad that it's come to a conclusion. We're going to break ground on Friday, so please come out if you're able.
Thank you, Mr. Hagan, and thank you and the Saffron Alliance for what you are doing for the city. I do appreciate that. We, the city, appreciate that. I'd like to say that this past weekend that myself and my fellow commissioners, we were in Atlanta for Georgia Cities Week, and we were training there. We go down and want to tell the citizens thank you for allowing this to happen, because it is taxpayers' money that pays for this. But we go down and we take training so we can be better trained to come back and be able to serve the citizens of Rome, because we want to push Rome forward, and we do this in order that we can make Rome to be the best city in Georgia, the best city around, no matter where you are, what state you're in. And also this on yesterday, a couple of our commissioners received recognition. I want to say congratulations to Mr. Jim Bojo, who received his certificate of achievement for 72 hours, but he has more than that, but he received his certificate for that. And then Commissioner Quick received his certificate of excellence for 120 hours, and of course he has surpassed 120. I want to say congratulations to him for that. And he also received his certificate for completing the Robert E. Knox Jr. Municipal Leadership Institute. So thank you all for that, and congratulations on you all receiving that. There'll be more to come for others are training. Yes, sir. The Commissioner does.
I would like to add congratulations to Commissioner Randy Quick for being selected 3rd Vice President of District 1.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I had that down, but thank you for helping me out as always. And I did want to say that last week I was sworn in to the Rome Forward Development Authority, so we'll have more to come with that. Okay. Thank you. And I have no report from the Finance Committee. Mayor Pro Tem Cochran.
Yes, Madam Mayor. Thank you so much. Sitting here crunching COVID numbers real quick. Okay, there we go. So straight from the health department, received the email. The total number of confirmed COVID cases in Floyd County as of yesterday was 21,241. That is up 1,018 people in the past week. Total death rate is 335, which is up 5 people in the past week. And just to kind of give you an idea of mortality rate, during the Delta surge, roughly, Alpha Delta surge, roughly a year ago, 1 in 50 people who contracted COVID would pass away. With Omicron, thank goodness, although it's not 0, it's now 1 in 350. Wow. So it's significantly less, although it's far more contagious. So I'm not sure how everybody wants to weigh that, but that's the data. Let's see here. No report on Public Works. Solid Waste Commission will meet next Tuesday, January 25th. Actually, that's tomorrow. I'm sorry, I just added the word next there, even though it doesn't exist. So that's tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning in the Sam King Room. And Transportation Policy Committee. We actually voted on the Metropolitan, how was it exactly worded, Commissioner Askey? Do you remember the Metropolitan Freight, yes, thank you. Metropolitan Freight Study. So we're going to get some additional monies from GDOT for that, and so that study will be ongoing, and we'll let you know the final outcome of it. And that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
Before we leave there, Madam Mayor, we was speaking of GDOT. Me and Commissioner Beamer was in that class with GDOT transportation, and I asked the question because the feds, of course, have approved that Build Back Better program in Georgia and a lot of more states are getting a chunk of money. Do they plan on doing a different system from what they've been doing for us getting money to down to the cities, et cetera? And, they said as they go along, they're creating, I guess, avenues as to how they might do that. They have not gotten that far down the road yet. It was some great opportunities that look like it's going to lend itself to help us here in the city of Rome. It's going to be passed down to, of course, Mr. Jenkins and others to help this here program really blow up here in Rome, Floyd County. Ms. Beamer, you got anything you'd like to add from the class?
That transportation class? Well, what I did find out is that with the transportation, that it is very critical that, and I had emailed Sammy too, because they was giving me a lot of acronyms, and I was like, Sammy, have we actually applied for some of this grant money? And he responded back to me, yes, and good answers and good questions. And I was thinking, okay, I thought my school days were over, but just using the acronyms and knowing that there's grant funding available for road improvements helps offset our budget. So I was very excited about knowing that we were on task with that.
I was also surprised to hear from the leaders at GDOT, which was there at the class, and I know that Sammy and Chris know all the people I'm talking about, but then the important thing that he made mention to us was to form a relationship, whether you be the manager, the director, or commissioner, with these here regional directors. And they also provide you with an email as well as a number, so you can help them to understand what it is the needs in your city. And also, they got millions of dollars sitting there just waiting on cities like ours to apply for a bunch of different stuff. So it's a great number of things that I'm quite sure going forward we're gonna get a chance to get in Mr. Manager's ear on and hopefully bring those fruits back to the city of Rome.
Madam Mayor, if I may, I just remembered, I want to thank Commissioner Collins for reminding me. In the Transportation Policy Committee, we also received an update from the GDOT representative. In Public Works last year, we had requested that the regional director for GDOT come and visit, and they were kind enough to do so, and we expressed our heartfelt concern over the condition of Shorter Avenue, and they had said that it was going to be repaved within the next 3 years, and we really reiterated that concern to them. And so we found out in that meeting that they had moved up the bid date and the award date to June of this year. So Shorter Avenue should be getting repaved this year.
Great.
And Madam Mayor, in response to what Commissioner Collins was saying about developing a relationship with the regional GDOT people, Transportation Policy Committee is a great place to do that because he's usually at those meetings along with the Federal Highway Administration people. So that's a good place for us to start developing those relationships.
Okay, and I like to say, and let me speak to this from my years on Public Works and in working on the traffic and the TPC. Our guys do have a relationship, and in fact, one of the former directors was from this, he lived in this area, so we do have a very good working relationship with the people from GDOT and also, I think that is to say thank you to Chris Jenkins and all the ones on that, and Art, because Art works with them too, so I'm here to say, and let me vouch for that, we do have a good working relationship with them, so thank you all for that, okay? Okay, Commissioner Bocher.
Yeah, the Development Oversight Committee will meet Tuesday, February 1st, 10 o'clock at the County Administration Building, and Water and Sewer is scheduled again to meet on Thursday, February 3rd, 8:30 in Sam King Road. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you.
I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
And this relates back to nothing on this sheet here a little bit. Is Atlanta Gas Light finished in Rome?
I don't believe they're completely finished, but I think, as far as doing touch-up work and miscellaneous here and there. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if Chris has got any update on total paving, but last I heard, there was a few things left to do, so.
Well, there's just a section of MLK that was never fixed, never paved, right in front of the school.
Yeah, I'm sure that's on the agenda then. I've not paid attention to that.
I mean, it's awful, kind of like on the shoulder of the road. It's not in the main road, but still, it's.
Like sidewalk area?
It's between the sidewalk and the road. There's like a bike lane or a wide car pool lane or something.
We can take a look at it. My hunch is it's probably already on our chief engineer, Aaron Carroll's list. He's got a pretty extensive list of punch list items, so I bet it is.
I had noticed it, and then I got a phone call about it.
Gotcha.
Last week.
We'll check on that. It's a good question.
They were working in that area a couple of weeks ago on that, in that exact spot, but they were just doing the, I think they were doing the sidewalk. But Caligny Way has not been redone at all, so they've got to do that whole street, so they're not done yet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Commissioner Beaman, since this is, you can say no report.
That's a no report.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Commissioner Dowse.
Thank you, Mayor. I have two things. One, under Historic Preservation Committee, HPC, we will have a celebration of the 150th birthday of the City of Rome Clock Tower on January 27th. That's this Thursday at 11:30 a.m. at the Clock Tower. So this is going to be a birthday party. It's going to be a period party, 1872. It's going to be fun, and everyone is invited. And the second thing, since we are sharing some of our knowledge from our last weekend, I took a class, Commissioner Collins was in the class called Successful Meetings. And one of the sort of trouble spots that hurts a successful meeting is going into personal time and going into sidebars. And so it's sort of a rule of thumb that you stick to the agenda and you'll have a successful meeting. And that's my report.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. We'll move on to Commissioner Quick.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. A couple of meeting announcements. Downtown Development Authority will meet Thursday, February 10th at 8:30 a.m. in the Carnegie Training Room, and the Rome Floyd Planning Commission will meet Thursday, February 3rd at 2:30 in the Sam King Room. And just a brief moment, not to belabor what we've done over the past weekend, but this really is what we've heard anytime we've gone to any of the Georgia Municipal Association meetings anywhere in the state of Georgia, from Valdosta to Macon to anywhere. It is amazing and very, very humbling how much respect the city of Rome has in the state of Georgia. This time I saw it in historic preservation, where we were one of the model communities on reconstruction that we have done, in part of the program being taught to the rest of the state of Georgia. Our downtown being recognized as a wonderfully vibrant community, again, being used as an example. And our trail system, all of which being noted all across the state of Georgia. So when we go out and people come to us and say, you guys have got it going on in Rome, Georgia, it's a wonderful compliment. It even came from the lips of the mayor of Atlanta at the opening of the breakfast this morning. And we should all be very, very proud of the city we live, work, and play. That concludes my report.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Quick. Commissioner Askew.
Yes, Madam Mayor, the Downtown or Youth Task Force will meet, I think it's February 1st, and I will post a time later. those people, and I do believe it's going to be by Zoom. We want to make sure that we have enough people there, and with the numbers, COVID numbers, I think we're going to do it by Zoom. And on a side note, one of the things I noticed this morning when we were at the breakfast was the youth forum that that GMA has, and they have youth from all over the state who are coming to the GMA convention or conference, and they're teaching them about running city governments. And I think that that's something that we should consider, because we want to make sure our young people are engaged in our community, and I think that's a good way to do it. And that's my report.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Madam Mayor, I also attended the youth council, how to start up a youth council, Commissioner Askew, and I have a lot of recommendations for the both of you.
Thank you. That can be a retreat item as well, so we'll talk about that at the retreat. Thank you, Commissioner Beaman. Commissioner Collins.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Keep Rome Florida Beautiful Commission will meet, well, first off, they will be holding a road and trails cleanup in partnership with TREAD on Saturday, February 5th at 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. at the GE Trails. That is 1935 Redmond Circle. And also, the Community Development will meet Tuesday, February the 8th at 10 a.m. in the Connery Training Room. I did have opportunity to attend the meeting in Northwest Georgia Regional Commission, and at that meeting, of course, Lord Frazier has been at the HAM for quite some time, and he expressed to us that he will be retired. And I understand my colleague here graduated with him. You'd like to say a word or two about him?
Well, Lloyd and I did graduate from West Rome High School in 1971, so he's really old. The last time I was with him, I asked him when he was going to retire, and he said, well, I'm going to wait until you quit. And I said, well, I've already quit one time. So Lloyd has done a fantastic job with that regional commission and has provided great leadership.
He has. He's been there for close to 40 years. Yeah. And we also had a change of him at the chairman position, and we had great work already going on, and it was great attendance there. Loving it being here in Rome at the Civic Center, and they thank the commission for allowing for that opportunity to take place. Also at that meeting, aging, which perks up all us guys' ears and ladies' ears when you had that commission, because nothing but a bunch of us old guys sitting around at this point in time, and they're doing such great work here in Rome and Floyd County. It was an old gentleman there that's running for lieutenant governor. He expressed an experience that he had when he was coming up through the ranks, and he got a phone call from one of the Northwest Regional person and asking him about possibly getting involved, being instrumental in the program of aging, helping get these meals where they need to be, taking information, etc. And he said, well, I got enough pieces of paper somebody made mention on my wall and things of that nature. I tell you what I would do for you. I would come down the drive at any point in time that you'd like for me to deliver these meals. And he said he did. He took that task on, and he remembered particularly one incident where he delivered a meal on that day, whether it be a Monday or Wednesday. Don't remember exact when, but he went back the following week, and the senior lady told him, said, you know what, I'm so happy to see you, not just for the meal, but I hadn't had a conversation with a human being since the last time you was here. And we sometimes fail to forget as to how important our seniors are and how we might could do the little things to interact with them. And I throw that out to say to you, that program is very instrumental for our citizens here in Rome and in the region, and the Northwest Regional Development does such a great job with making stuff like this happen. And I was wanting to ask the mayor and the manager if possibly we could set up a caucus so that program could come. They're being guarded right now because it's a lot of commissions around the region is wanting them to come and talk to them. So, Mr. Manager, if it's all right, Madam Mayor, would you please see if you can contact them, if it's all right with the mayor, and to make that happen. With that being said, I would say to you, it's been a tough week for myself. I have a brother of mine that I'm very close to that we worked together all our life. And he's not doing so well, and I hated to have to check out from my duties in Atlanta to be back here, but I felt that I should be close, and I would appreciate you guys' prayers. Thank you. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner, and certainly you do have our prayers for your brother. I think it's Charlie.
Charles
So
Collins, yes, it is.
Remember him in our prayers, okay? Thank you.
Sammy called me up today, and first word he said to me, Bill, how is Charlie? And I said, well, I wish I could give you a great report, but baby steps right now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, for one man, McDaniel.
I have no report.
Okay, well, thank you, sir. Well, with that being said, we stand adjourned. You all have a good night.